Andrew, Isle of Magic this weekend, 6th on the grid, not a bad qualifier for you. What's the plan for the rest of the weekend?
Oh, just stay out of trouble, put it into first gear at the start, maybe get off the line, but that might be a bit of a thing to try.
How's the car running this weekend?
It's going good. We changed it. We took a heap of camber out of it this weekend, and I've got old tyres that I got off Ray last year for Isle of Magic, and I put them on and we'll see how it goes. It feels okay though.
Think you can improve on your qualifying times this weekend?
Well, that's the fastest I've ever gone, 1:46.4 or whatever it was, so I don't know. I'll give it a crack. We might put some fuel in it now. It ran out of fuel halfway through qualifying, so I was thinking it'd go a little bit quicker, but we'll see. Race always different.
Good luck for the rest of the weekend, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for coming. We'll speak to you later on.
So Wayne, Isle of Magic this weekend, car's running a lot better than it was last time we were down here. Tell us about the little issues. You had a knock in the motor last time we were down here.
That's right, Peter. It was the last round of our state series, and I qualified 8th out of 38th in the wet, and I was really quite happy. Came in, clunk, clunk, clunk from the front of the motor. Oh, what was it? We had a few guys look at it, and I made the decision that although the noise wasn't that much, I better not run. You know, it hurt, but I just decided not to run.
Certainly turned out to be a smart move.
As it happened, Phil Showers has helped me out. Took it to Phil. They took the front end off, the timing case, and what had happened, the timing chain guide, there's a pivot bolt on the bottom, that had snapped, and the whole lot had fallen down. That was the rattling noise, and I made the absolutely correct decision, because if that bolt had fallen off, gone down, or the timing chain had jumped its cams and the sprockets, I would have been a major, and those motors aren't cheap. So it hurt, but it was the correct decision. So look, it's all back together. The hardest bit was actually getting the parts out of BMW Germany. Took quite a few weeks, and it only got going this week.
So the car's all back together now and doing reasonable times this week?
Yes, I've just went out there for qualifying, didn't do practice yesterday, and my Motec was telling me I was doing 49s, which I was happy about. I'd like to do 48, and then even better, but anyway, 49, I thought, that'll be right. So then I went in to get the results, and I thought, 49, that should sort of be a top 10.
And what a tight field it is, because you're back down in 20th or 22nd?
18th, actually. The top 20 cars are below 50. So I think this weekend I'll focus on driving properly, looking after the car, not worry about position, just worry about time. It's a highly competitive field. As I say, normally a 49 would get you well into the top 10. Here, top 20. So,
good luck for the rest of the weekend.
Thank you, Peter.
Rolf, been a few rounds since you've been out on track. I think Sandown was the last round we saw you. How's the car travelling at the moment?
Yeah, look, it's not bad. I mean, it's the first time out here on these tyres on this circuit. So it sort of felt all right out there, and it's just sort of trying to find a little bit of grip out. There's a lot of grip out there and trying to find my speed, but unfortunately got black flagged for noise. She's a bit noisy, so yeah, we've had to quieten her down a little bit.
Yeah, I think Simon has been black flagged in his little Datsun for noise as well. So there's a couple of you out there this weekend. Mate, Isle of Magic, always a good event, always lots of competitors out on the grid. How do you think you'll fare for the weekend?
Look, we're just hoping again to have a good, reliable run. Would like to run sort of competitively midfield just like we did last year. And look, you know, you never know what can happen in the last race if you're here for the last race. Hopefully have a crack and see how we go.
Any changes to the car since we last spoke?
Yeah, look, there's been just a few little minor improvements on it. We're just gradually sort of changing suspension. It was fairly prehistoric. Plus, these new tyres and the new grip on the circuit, we're really sort of playing around with spring rates and everything else like that, hoping to get ahead on it. But car feels actually pretty nice out there. It's very grippy. It's just a matter of almost relearning a new circuit out there with the amount of grip that we've actually got and punch out of the corners. We're changing gears in different spots. We're coming through corners a lot quicker. So, yeah, it should be a bit of fun this weekend.
3 races to go, mate. Good luck for the weekend.
Thanks very much. And I just want to say a bit of a quick get well soon to Kelvin. Mate, we're thinking of you and we miss you. And we can't wait to see you back on the grid. Thanks very much, Pete. And good luck for the weekend. Thank you.
James, Island Magic this weekend, good weekend, didn't qualify too badly. Race 1 though, you and Schootsy there having a great little dice, swapping paintwork a bit through turn 12 a number of times.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was fantastic. You got to give full respect to Ben because he was a true gentleman, never touched panels or anything like that. So a lot of fun, just hard to bloody see. It's a struggle to see his car from inside my car.
Now, mate, you were working on the front end earlier because you're really having a bit of trouble hooking it up, not doing the times you were expecting. I noticed through turn 12 he's getting you down the inside there every time, so obviously it's a bit of a struggle there.
I've got a big struggle at the moment. It's real pushy and then it wants to go to oversteer all the time. So I don't know. I made a whole heap of changes for that race and it made absolutely no difference to the car. So I don't know what we're going to do, to be honest.
So what's different from the last round that you were here? Because the car was quite on the money last round.
Absolutely nothing is different. That's the thing that's doing my head in. I don't understand it, Doesn't make any sense.
I think it's the nature of the Phillip Island circuit. Does it every time to just about every competitor.
Absolutely does, and I noticed Ray was slower in this race as well. He was just saying to me his times on the dash and he's scratching his head, and it's just Phillip Island, I guess. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with that race, and all we're going to do is get out there and just keep having a bit of fun.
James, 2 more races. Good luck.
Thank you very much, and thanks to the sponsors. Thanks to Phillip Island for putting on some good weather. If you want to rain tomorrow, pretty happy with that too. Thank you.
Ben was chatting with James before. Interesting few laps there between you and him, rubbing a bit of paintwork through turn 12, or almost rubbing paintwork. A bit of interesting racing there.
Yeah, had fun. It was a good race, really. We were racing, and it's always good fun when you don't touch and manage to have a good race. Unfortunately, we come off second best to James. He got us, but credit to him, and we'll try harder tomorrow. But pretty hard with the V8s. The safety car doesn't go our way with the big V8s behind us, and but that's how it is.
Mate, it's been a while since you've been out on track. How is the car running? Any major changes to it?
Yeah, we've done some more nothing major. We've made some changes this morning, but it just gives us a bit more tunability. And it went faster this morning, so that was good. And we weren't far off Ray, but it's always going to be hard. Before that race, I thought that Atkinson probably be the one that's probably get us on the start line. The horsepower is just too much, and always hard to beat now. They got a bit more grip with the front-running V8s, and you just can't pass them at will. It's basically do your best, and hopefully there's an opportunity there, get in front. But unfortunately that probably allows Ray to get away a little bit while we're playing behind. So, it's all good fun, and just see how we go.
Well, mate, the temperature is up a little bit. I was chatting with Ray about his tyre wear earlier. Are you having any problems or effects with the temperature being up a bit?
A little bit, but not too much. We haven't had a look at these tyres just yet, but from the morning session it was pretty good. But the temp was good this morning, so it's hard to know. But I don't expect to see anything sort of untoward at the moment. We have had in the past, but it looks like we may have got on top of that.
Do you think that's what's affecting the times a little bit, because everyone's down a little bit on their expected running times?
No, I don't think so. I think what was affecting my time was James. He was doing a good job of keeping me behind, and the car felt pretty good. And you can't account for that much oil over Lukey Heights. That was from the beginning all the way over, so that's never going to help times as well. So no, I don't think this afternoon's race was affected by the heat at all. Maybe tomorrow it's going to be a bit warmer. It was just track conditions and racing, really. When you race and you're blocking and you're trying to get past, you do things you wouldn't normally do, and it's not necessarily the fastest way around.
Ben, 2 more races. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thanks, Pete. Just like to say thanks to all our sponsors, VACC, New Line Homes and Educational Living. It's been great for the club this year, and some of them for the past couple of years, and it's really good. And thanks to the old man, another good car to drive. So, we'll have a crack tomorrow. Thanks, mate.
Ray, been quite a number of rounds since you've been with IPRA of Vic, but back out there again at Island Magic today, qualified pole position, and race 1, a very strong race. Any changes to the car since we last saw you?
Look, for this weekend, I've actually tried to stiffen the car up a lot. I've spoken to a number of people that have ran on the new surface just to get their feedback and to try and manage the tyres to get them to live. So we've stiffened the car immensely, and I'm not convinced I've gone the right way. So I think for tomorrow we'll go back to what we normally run here and ascertain how that performs.
Well, struggling to hook it up a bit, not running the times we'd normally expect to see out of you.
Yeah, look, and it's bemusing me too. From qualifying sports sedans this morning to improved production, I was 1.5 seconds slower in improved production on the same tyres. So I'm not sure whether the track has changed with a little bit of heat.
Well, it's certainly been catching a lot of people out right throughout the season, especially with tyre wear. How have you found Phillip Island Circuit's surface with the tyre wear on your car?
Certainly for the running that I've done today, the tyres look really good. I have no blistering issues. I seem to be abrading the tyre away faster, but the pressures are maintaining and our temperatures are where they need to be. So I certainly have less wheel spin and less understeer in some areas. So I think the surface is good. We've just got to get our head around it, but an awesome race that time. I mean, James and I, we both got good starts, and we ran side by side for 4 or 5 corners. It's great.
Mate, enjoy the rest of the weekend. 2 more races to go. Keep it up the front.
Thank you. And I actually will be starting back in the field a little bit tomorrow because I got a 5-second time penalty for rolling at the start that race. As always, we can disagree, but there is there's no court I can go to argue that one. So we just got to suck it up and start from somewhere in the pack tomorrow.
Not like you, mate.
It happens. It happens.
Cheers, mate. Good luck for the next 2 races.
Cheers. Thank you.
David, 2 races down, Highland Magic this weekend. Been quite a while since you've been on the track through quite a number of mechanical issues. Tell us about your issues you've suffered during the year and what you're trying to get your head around again this weekend.
We were starting to run out of bearings all the time, so we went through a dry sump, and that seems to have cleared up that issue. It took us a while to get it all plumbed in, get it all sorted out, but now it's all in there. Engine's running really, really well. So really happy with that, and we decided to change the total suspension package in the car, and this weekend just experimenting to see what we can do with it, and we made wholesale changes from yesterday to today. And the car's, I think we picked up 2 seconds today, so it's obviously going in the right direction. So obviously we'd like to pick up another 8, but 2's a start, and it's looking after its tyres really well, even in the heat. Tyres are beautiful, so no, it's really good. So we're just playing around and at the back of the field and seeing how we're going.
Well, it's certainly made quite a number of changes. New engine, like you said, dry sump, suspension changes. It must make it basically a whole new car.
Oh, absolutely. It's like getting, and because I haven't driven for so long as well, it's like getting in and going, well, which way does the track go? And we're rusty as, and there's been a fair bit of missed gears and lock-up brakes and all that sort of stuff, and just not driving for a while, and now we're out having a crack. Thanks, Ben. But it's just great fun to be back out here and with all the guys. I've missed them all year, and now it's back, and we're really happy.
Well, she's still nice and straight. One more race to go, mate. Good luck with it.
No worries. Thanks, Pete. Cheers.
Well, Isle of Magic this weekend. Competitor we don't normally see out on the track, but quite an intricate part of IP, and half of one of the main sponsors, Educational Living. Welcome, Spring.
Thank you.
Mate, you've certainly been having some fun out on the circuit. No championships up for grabs for you, so why not have some fun?
That's it. That's what we're out here for. We haven't been out here for a couple of years, so why not just circulate and have some fun?
How's the car running this weekend?
Car's running all right. I was trying to beat my personal best, which is a 55.3, so I'm trying to break into the 49s, but we took the sway bar off to see if we can get a bit more traction, but it hasn't worked for us. So now it's become a nice drift car.
Well, mate, obviously not too many changes, because like you say, it's been quite a while since you've had the car out. Obviously just dusts off and fires up, and away she goes.
That's it. All we have to do is put oil, water, check a few things, and we're off again.
Well, one more race to go, mate. Enjoy yourself out there for the last one.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Rick, you're here on Friday cutting a few laps. A wedding to go to Saturday, which meant starting from the back of the grid Sunday morning. But some issues have just not allowed you to complete a full race.
Friday we started our first 2 sessions. We got a complete sessions. Then the last 3 were black flagged. Apparently, something's coming out the rear of the car. We bring it back in, we have a look, nothing. Couldn't find a thing, turned it upside down, drained everything we could. Nothing there. Anyway, they brought us back in this morning. Andrew Cherney showed us video, and yep, there's definitely something coming out the rear of the car on your left-handers when it's under right load. So we brought it back in here, scrutineers went over it, even they agreed, no, we can't find anything. So we brought it back in here, and we basically filled the tank up, tipped the car on its edge, and found that the top seam weld on the tank had cracked. So that repaired. We went out this race and actually, thought we'd complete laps. The first one, Andrew from Traction Tyres is a god as far as Yokohama's concerned. He brought us in for the AGM and warned all the V8 drivers what today was going to do to the AO50s, and suggested, just gently, that perhaps you run 48s. So that in mind, I bought a set of 50s, set of 48s. We cycled the 48s for the start of the Friday, then ran the 50s in, had a crack on those in the first session. Not a problem at all, but we think we bit the curb, which then pinched the belt and delaminated the tyre. Last lap, last corner, checkered flags out, and didn't even get there. Never mind, that's racing. And then this one we thought, right, I went out there, took track temperature, it was 62 degrees. I thought, no worries, we'll chuck these 48s on, it's going to do the job. We dropped pressures by a pound extra than we normally do. Drove the car conservatively enough to bring them up after 4 to 5 laps so that then I could actually give it some curry. Didn't want to have a bar of it, and as you can see with that other picture, it's made even worse impression what the 50s did. But, mate, I love racing, and I'll be back again to do it. We're all gluttons for punishment.
3 races down at Island Magic. A bit of a birthday for the old girl, and it's pulled a bit of results out of the bag for you.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, red goes faster, and it seems to be the case. Done my best lap times ever around here with the new paint job. Admittedly, it's a new surface and the A50 tyres, but no, the car's flying at the right end of the weekend. It started off pretty ordinary. The car wouldn't handle it all and had massive understeer, and been chasing set up all weekend, changing springs and roll centres and sway bars and all sorts of stuff. Slowly been chipping away and working away forward, and seems to have paid dividends at the right end of the weekend.
So apart from the new paint job, what other changes have you made to the car?
Really very little. It's pretty much the same as it was the last time I drove it at Sandown. It's basically a new gear stick and that's about it. 'Cause the old one was too far away and I kept fumbling the gear changes.
No, well, good work, mate. Certainly some good consistent racing over the weekend. Back for a season next year?
No, I'll probably do the same thing I've done this year, just do the odd race or two. It's all pretty cruisy these days, which is the way I like it. It's been the hybrid automotive Torana out every now and again, go for a bit of a burn and then park it away and tinker with it for the next few months.
No, good on you, mate. Well done anyway.
Thanks very much. Just like to say a quick plug to our sponsors, VACC, Newline Homes, Educational Living, Traction Tyres and of course DLL Photography. Thank you very much.
Ben, we spoke to you earlier in the weekend. You were struggling to get it to hook up properly, but consistency over the weekend obviously made the right adjustments, and you've come out with a podium at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. A bit of a surprise. Ray definitely had the pace this weekend, but you got to be in there at the end, and lucky for us we were. And it's we did make some small changes. This morning we went backwards a little bit. The Savo, we sort of got that back a little bit, and it's hard to know. I'm not really sure at the time, but the car felt good. And once Ray went off, we had a bit of a lead. I was just managing that until the safety car, then got a good restart, and got a bit of a lead and just managed that again. So a bit lucky in some ways and unfortunate for others, but we were there and we got the goods, I suppose. So pretty happy.
Well, congratulations, Matthew. Flinders Cup is yours.
Thanks, Pete. Just like to say thanks to our sponsors. IPRA of Vic, one of the top club, great people. And our sponsors in VACC, Newline Homes, Educational Living and DLL Photography. Also like to say big thanks to our team and crew and wife and everyone that comes here to support me. That's all been great. And the interstaters for coming over. They make it a bit more interesting. Thanks very much.